Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you happen to be. I want to give you your weekly update and call attention to a couple of things inside the course. Before I do that, I want to draw your attention back to inside the announcements here. Again, there are the links to online sessions. The online sessions are conducted by other English instructors at the college. They're running the 111 sessions. I'm running some of the 112 sessions. With that being said, I do sometimes appear in the 111 sessions sort of in the background just to help with the chat. So for example, on Wednesday of this week, I will appear in the 6 p.m. session just to help out. Ms. Drake will be running it, but I will be in the background running the chat. So if you have specific questions, all of the assignments are the same across our 111 courses, so they can definitely help you if you're interested in talking to a real human being. Also, keep in mind that I keep online office hours now because of the changed circumstances, and so you have access to me then too. Shoot me an email, I'll set it up, I'll send you a link, and we'll be talking in really seconds. It's very, very easy to use. In the meantime, let's go over here to the syllabus to kind of get a sense of what's going on. If you come down here to the very bottom of the syllabus, you'll see that, again, you have, your critique coming up due. This is due on the 2nd of April. And so that gives you some time to be able to really fully unpack the critique. I covered a good portion of that last week. I gave you a lot of information about this. So in the meantime, I don't want to necessarily repeat that information, but I do want to make sure that I start to pull you forward in the course as well. So past, the 2nd, when you handle the critique, we'll be getting into the 16th, where you get your abstract and annotated bibliography. I'm going to start pushing you in that direction right now. And then past that, you'll be going on to the capstone project, and then that's really it. That's the entire course. A couple of quick things about the critique I just want to call your attention to, because it seems that to this point some of you have missed this. Last time I talked about how to do the critique. This time I just want to again draw your attention to make sure you read all the way through all of the directions. Down here at the bottom, for example, again, it kills me every time I have to deduct 20 points because you didn't write the full amount, but the full amount is based on proper MLA formatting. So if you hand in your paper and it just looks like it's 3 pages long, that doesn't count. If it's not properly formatted to MLA, and once I reformat it to MLA, if it's short, then I count it as short. That's why we use MLA format, because this establishes a standard. If you're writing in 16-point font or 25-point font or something like that, in all caps and all bold, and so it extends the length of the paper, and the other person is writing in 12-point Times New Roman, regular indentations and everything like that, then just because your paper appears to be 10 pages long or something crazy like that doesn't mean it's actually 10 pages long. You don't get credit for something if it only appears to be that way. So make sure you're following these guidelines. Also, make sure you use the essay checklist. It's provided for a reason. Go down this list and make sure you think about your topic. By the way, again, we did not require that you purchase a textbook in this class, and once this class is done, it will shut down. I highly encourage you to print this out and use it for your other classes as well. The entire reason, again, that it's provided is to give you some foundations the foundation that you need to be able to be an effective writer in other classes. That's what this class is all about. This is not just, let me finish this hoop and then I'll jump through the hoop and then I'm done. No, these are the foundations that you need in other classes. And I can definitely tell you, I've spoken to many other people across campus about this. They want you to write like this. That's our entire job. And we have been coordinating with people across the campus in our 111 and 112 classes, in the sciences and the social sciences and healthcare field, to make sure that we give you, again, those foundations. So take this seriously. Go down that checklist. If you're using APA format, do that. In this class right now, we're using MLA format. Make sure that you have a proper introduction, that it's at least long enough to qualify as an introduction. Make sure that at minimum, your essay should have 5 paragraphs in it. But because this is a college level essay, you should be moving past the 5-paragraph essay structure at this point. Those are training wheels. I've said that repeatedly throughout the entire course. These are the training wheels that they give you in grade school, and past this point, those training wheels are not going to work. When I went through my master's program, my final thesis was over 100 pages long. I can't write 5 paragraphs for that. I had to move beyond that structure to be able to do that. Same thing goes for you. If you want to go to a bachelor's program or a master's program, you need to start learning now. That's what this class is about, to move past that 5-paragraph essay structure. Also, make sure that you're checking your grammar. At minimum, you need to be using F7 on your work, Make sure you check your style, especially for elements of formal writing. Every essay in this class, I've emphasized this all semester long, I'm saying it again because I want you to do better in this essay. Every essay in this class needs to be formal. That means that you should not use you in the essay for all the reasons I've told you before. You should not be using your passive voice. You should not be beginning a sentence with a coordinating conjunction. I've been, again, grading essays, and it's very evident to me that some of you have not opened this page and looked at this page, but these are the criteria by which, again, your essays will be judged. If you have questions about that, or if you need help, or if you're a little fuzzy on something, by all means, please reach out to me. We can, again, meet in the virtual environment. You can come to one of those drop-in sessions. The other instructors know what my expectations are just as well as I know what their expectations are. And you can just ask questions. That's what we're all here for. Okay, moving past this, let's go back into the modules. I know that this is kind of down the road a little bit. It's more into April, but you need to be thinking forward because your final capstone project is a major part of your grade this class. I can go back and verify this in just a second, but off the top of my head, and I get a little mixed up between my classes sometimes, I believe it's 30 or 40% of your grade. It's on the syllabus. So again, I get it mixed up between my classes sometimes. But the annotated bibliography and the abstract lead into this final paper. So it's just like everything else we've been doing all semester long. 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 combined to 2.1. And then you had the rhetorical mode assignments that combine to the blending mode. It's the same thing here. This is essentially your research. And your research, you're going to present your research, your 4 items of research to me, and an abstract that describes your final paper. And so what I'm going to do, it's not quite like regular essays. This is almost like the extra credit of the course. I'm going to review your research to make sure that it meets the criteria that we need for this class and this assignment. And then I'm also going to review your abstract to make sure that you have an argument of some sort. And I'm just going to give you feedback on that. As long as you've spell checked it, as long as you have the proper format for abstracts and annotated bibliographies, this is an easy 100. A lot of people get 100 on this, but you have to have those things. You have to have 5 things in total. That's what is emphasized down here. 1 abstract, 4 annotated bibliography entries. Now, again, if you're thinking, what in the world is an annotated bibliography entry, then, make sure that you're using the course tools. So let me back up. My recording software is right in front of that button. Make sure that you're using the course tools because all of those things are answered here inside the course. Abstract and annotated bibliographies. The slight joke on lions and tigers and bears, am I? So come in here, read what an abstract is. It gives you, a summary of what an abstract should be and all the places you should use it. I put this picture in here because I want to make sure that you can distinguish. Oftentimes students say, well, I'm getting an abstract and annotated bibliography mixed up. They're essentially the same thing, except an abstract is summarizing your work and an annotated bibliography is summarizing somebody else's work. And so down here at the bottom, you have an explanation of what an annotated bibliography is, and then you have an example of one right there. Okay, so solid block of text, about 150 words, something like that. It's going to be cited in MLA format right there. Okay, and then again, underneath it, you do that 4 times, and then you tack in your abstract. And again, as long as you've spell checked it and you've followed the formatting and done everything that's asked here, that's an easy 100. So if you're looking for kind of a way to get some extra credit and get a lot of really great feedback on your forthcoming topic and your forthcoming essay, by all means, do this. Okay, it's super, super easy, just barely an inconvenience. All right, now with that being said, keep in mind that this ties into your final project. So make sure you click down here into your final project. Your final project is an argument-based essay of your choice. It can be in anything that you want. And the module and this information here provides you several resources that you can go to. The Sears Issues Researcher, for example, you can go into that database and it will show you how to pick a topic. I will cover that in future videos. I'm not going to do all of that right now, but I want you to start thinking about this at this point, because if you wait till closer to that time, you're going to be in a scramble to get this done. Okay. All right. I will send you another update next week, and I'll look for some of you online and talk to you then.